Director of the SEC sends letter of apology. Ripple XRP. Garland House says again that Ripple is ready to talk with the SEC if the agency gives more information about XRP. This will help American institutions like Bank of America gain a competitive edge by using Ripple OTSL. The price of XRP as of today is $0.35, and the trading volume for the past 24 hours is $136 billion. We're updating the US dollar price of XRP in real time. In the last 24 hours, XRP has lost 30% of its value. World Crypto Finance. If you liked this video, don't forget to like it and sign up for the channel. Do you agree with the analysts about XRP? Write your answers in the comments, and I'll give you 500 XRP. At the end of the week, XRP coins will be sent to a random subscriber. Check out the comments for how to do something. You just have to write the word XRP. Watch the whole video to find out how to like and subscribe. The index of relative strength in the past few days, RSI, has not been clear. Last week, the RSI held a value of 50, which is a neutral value, as support. However, this level has not been passed recently. So, there could be some ups and downs over the weekend. Also, the Awesome Oscillator, AO, was below zero, but it hasn't yet shown a strong bearish impulse. The /D line had a resistance zone right above it, which was shown by two white lines with dots. If a /D can get past this area, it will show that demand for the XRP rally is strong. The Directional Movement Index, DMI, showed that there wasn't a strong trend because it was at level 20, just above the 20 mark, and the color was yellow. Technically, this meant that the trend was going down, but it also meant that there hadn't been a big trend in the last few days. In the next day or two, the 35 to 36 cents range for Dash will be important to protect the bulls. If a lower low forms below this area, it will mean that sellers are getting stronger. On the shorter time frames, momentum indicators were not clear. Bitcoin could also have a big effect on where XRP goes in the near future. Will we finally see the documents for William Hinman's speech in 2018, which the SEC has been fighting for a long time so that they don't end up with Ripple and become public? The documents were sent to Ripple, but to the public lawyer, they are still secret. Phelan thinks that the judge will declassify any document, including Hinman's, depending on how much she relied on him when making decisions. Hinman said that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP are not securities, but he didn't say anything about XRP. Ripple thinks that the agency talked about XRP when they were preparing for the speech. Notably, the SEC and Ripple have officially filed sealed briefs with responses to the brief judgment, and many people expect the parties to talk about him as documents in their responses. But it might not be like that. James K. Phelan talked about his thoughts on Hinman's documents being made public and the chance to see how the parties' response summaries talk about parts of the documents. I have some ideas about the deadlines for Hinman's documents, motions for summary judgment, and issues of secrecy that have not been resolved. Instead of typing them along with the topic, I put them in a separate file. There are still 3 big problems that haven't been solved, and people are asking for a simpler way to decide. Expert Challenges Dalbert wants to talk about problems with how expert reports are sorted. Hinman documents and other materials were mentioned by the SEC, and Ripple Feeling said that he doesn't think that excerpts from Hinman's documents will be mentioned in the summary judgment response summaries. The lawyer for Ripple said that if the defendants refer to Hinman's speech drafts in 2018, the SEC will change any links that point to parts of Hinman's documents. I don't think any of the next answers will talk about Hinman's papers. If Hinman's documents are mentioned, I think the SEC will change these links, just like they have in the past. He said Phil and I also talked about the classification of other documents that haven't been made public, such as expert opinions and materials that the parties mentioned in their petitions. The lawyer also said that he doesn't think U.S. District Judge Annalisa Torres will make a decision on all outstanding questions of classification soon after the party files an objection to the joint requests for classification on January 9, 2023. The judge in the Ripple v. SEC case will not continue to handle the rest of the case in this way. Fulani judge says that Torres will declassify any document, including Hinman's, but only if she relied on him when making decisions about petitions for summary trial. If a judge uses a document to make a decision, that document is automatically a judicial document and must be made public. Phelan said he also said what he thought about how Judge Torres can decide and how the documents in the case can be made public. The lawyer for Ripple pointed out that Judge Torres would do things the other way around. She would start by making a summary judgment and listing any documents she used, even ones that were classified or had parts blacked out. But other documents that Judge Torres didn't use to make her decision will be talked about in a simplified way to decide if they should stay classified or be filled in and added. Phelan judge said that Torres had used this method before in the Goldman Sachs case, where there were also closed disputes and petitions for a summary judgment that were being fought. David Schwartz, the chief technology officer of the blockchain company Ripple, thinks that Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren may be right when it comes to regulating cryptocurrencies. It's not a terrible place to work. At least it agrees that regulations need to change and that it's important to get crypto regulation right. In a recent article in the Wall Street Journal, Warren says that if there isn't enough oversight, cryptocurrency could destroy the economy in the long run. Even though the senator agrees that cryptocurrencies might make the financial system more accessible to more people, she also says that the past is full of criminals and charlatans who tried to scam people out of money with all kinds of scams. Warren says that the people in charge of cryptocurrency projects that break the law are the same as the people in charge of other illegal financial instruments, so the Ministry of Justice should use all of its power. Warren also hurt companies that mined cryptocurrencies, which drained the energy system and caused more greenhouse gases to be released. She said that cryptocurrencies should have to follow the same rules as other parts of the financial world. Schwartz said on Twitter that this is not a terrible place to work. It's not the worst job in the world. At least, she agrees that the rules need to change and that it's important to make sure cryptocurrencies are regulated properly. Warren has been one of the most skeptical people in Congress for a long time. In an interview in September, the progressive MP said that cryptocurrency was unreliable, harmful, and dangerous. Warren compared buying Bitcoin to buying air, and Biden's, the world's largest exchange by daily trading volume, has confirmed its support for the recently announced Flare FLR distribution, which will take place on January 9, 2023 for eligible XRP holders. 2 years ago, when the token was still called Spark, the exchange announced that it would support airdrop. This confirmation came after that announcement. The Flare Networks team posted a tweet and a press release on their website to let people know about the change. Biden says it's confirmed that on January 9, 2023, they'll give Flare tokens FLR to customers who are eligible. Biden says it's confirmed that they'll give Flare tokens FLR to customers who are eligible on January 9, 2023. Biden said in the press release that it will give the first 15% of FLR tokens on the platform to XRP holders who are eligible. The Flare team says that the distribution will happen at a rate of 0.1511 FLR to 1 XRP on December 12, 2020, when the snapshot is taken. This means that customers who had XRP on their balances at the time of the snapshot on December 12, 2020 will get 0.1511 FLR for each XRP token. This fits with what has been said before. Also, as has been confirmed in earlier reports, the rest of the tokens will be given out based on how the Floor Improvement Proposal FOIP-01 does in the vote. If the proposal gets enough votes, addresses that have wrapped and given their tokens to Oracle's Flare Time Series FTS will be removed from the list. Will get more FLR tokens at a rate of 0.8562 FLR for every XRP they store, and they won't be sent by airdrop in the next 36 months. When the whole distribution event is over. For 36 months, people who held XRP at the time the snapshot was made will get 10,073 FLR for each XRP they held. The Flutter team said it would let the community know if Biden's office offered more help for the distribution. Lastly, the team gave more details about the recent confirmation from Biden's office. The press release makes it clear that the recent announcement is not a new airdrop for Biden's users. Instead, it only confirms the preliminary distribution date and the name change from Spark to Flare FLR. Remember that Biden's was one of the first exchanges to say it would support the airdrop of the FLR token, formerly Spark, which was announced on November 25, 2020. In the case between Ripple Labs and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission section, both sides did something important to help Judge Annalisa Torres make a decision. James K. Phelan, a defense lawyer and former federal prosecutor, said in a tweet that both Ripple and the SEC filed their summary judgment briefs yesterday morning. At first, the two people involved in the dispute had to turn in their papers by November 30th. Ripple and the SEC were supposed to meet on December 2nd to talk about the changes. The last day was December 22nd. Collective petitions were supposed to be filed to seal all documents related to petitions for a simplified trial, but as Phelan tweeted, the schedule is likely to change. This is based on the idea that the edited answers will be turned in around Friday, December 2nd. Phelan, the lawyer, explained that this assumption is based on the fact that the edited petitions for simplified court proceedings should have been filed on September 19th, but were filed on September 17th, and the edited objections should have been filed on October 24th, but were filed on October 21st. In the past few days, there have been rumors that December 5th, and now possibly December 2nd, could be a big date for whether or not Ripple and the SEC can settle their differences. People's documents are the focus, which can be a powerful trump card for Ripple. So that these documents stay secret and don't have a bigger effect on how the cryptocurrency market is regulated as a whole. The SEC could come to a deal. With this in mind, what gets edited and what doesn't get edited can be very important in summaries. If Ripple doesn't make the human documents public as proof, it will be clear that the company has an advantage. But XRP community member and lawyer Fred Crispley doesn't think it will end so soon. He thinks that the SEC is unlikely to agree to release Hinman's emails without a court order. And this decision won't go into effect until January 9th, when retaliatory measures are taken. He said it was ridiculous and that he didn't think it would happen before the end of January. What do you think XRP will be like in 2023? Write what you think will happen in the comments. Thank you for making it to the end of this video. Please remember to like it and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. Also, don't forget to enter our contest in the XRP comments to get 500 XRP added to your account.